And now, our feature presentation.
It Sure Is a Podcast is a wild, unhinged podcast where we don't even know what's going to happen. So if you're not an adult, well, here's your warning. Hello, welcome to another episode of It Sure Is a Podcast. Eric's busy this week. I was actually supposed to join him in his athletic endeavor today, but your friend Brandon got too stony baloney to be able to do anything. So, you know who we got today? We got our good friend Carly back to give us just all the ins and outs of just news. Because, of course, before, like I texted you if you want to do this at the beginning of the week, we didn't, expect that, the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, correct?
Queen Lizzie.
Queen Lizzie died, which I just, this is going to be our disclaimer real quick that I don't know the political sides of things over there.
Me neither.
Yeah, and this is not going to be like making fun of completely of someone who passed, because some people lost a grandmother, and that is a sad thing. But also, sometimes old people, that's what they do. They die. I mean, we've all been in that situation, having an old person. But some of the stuff that's kind of come out of it is just kind of too coincidental and too kind of haha chuckle about it. So I just wanted to throw that out there just before, if you start listening, you're like, oh, great, Brandon's going to start bashing. I know nothing about anything like that. All I know is Gam's dead. But yeah, everyone made the joke that she lived for so long, but like Betty White beat her out. Like Betty White was 90, right?
99.
99. Yeah,
Betty White was 99.
99, and Queen Elizabeth was 96, right?
96.
So I just wanted to get that lure out there to hook people into listening for more airtime, because now we're going to talk about that TikTok thing that's been circling around. And Carly knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, all right, Carly, how much do you know about this TikTok thing?
I know a good amount about it.
So
but...
please, for people who don't know this,
okay,
just almost rapturous event that has happened on the internet.
Okay.
Please, like fill in someone who has no idea. And obviously, after you fill them in, I will get the sound and play a chunk of the song so you can just see the whole picture. All right, take it away, Carly.
Okay, and please fill in any holes that I may miss. So, one day I was scrolling through TikTok and a Subway Surfers video comes up. And you know those Subway Surfers videos on TikTok.
It's always a Reddit post. And
there's always a Reddit post with the AI voice going,
That is my lifeblood right there. When I see those, I stop immediately. Everything I'm doing, I don't know why. It's a beautiful format.
That's the thing. They're so polarizing. It's either you stop and you want to like watch, because I like Subway Surfers gameplay. Like,
dude, Subway Surfers is tight. It's a good game.
You can play that on Poke.com.
What?
You can play Subway Surfers on Poke.com.
What is Poke.com?
I don't know. It's just this website I found because I wanted to play Fancy Pants Adventure 2. And
that is a good game.
It's a great game. But I couldn't play it on addictinggames.com. And so I did some research and found Poke.com. And then there's a bunch of little icons around the screen that you play your game on. And I saw Mr. Subway Surfer and I clicked it and I said, holy shit. I'm playing Subway Surfer.
That's Subway Surfer or Jetpack Joyride. Those were the two games I'd play at school all the time. When I got my iPod just to listen to music on the bus ride, I would sit there and just in class, just Subway Surfer or, Jetpack Joyride. Oh, what
perfect
times. All right, so gosh. You saw it on TikTok.
Yes, I saw it. I was scrolling through TikTok and Subway Surfer Reddit story comes up.
Yes.
And this guy, I think his name was Tyler, posted on...
This whole story sounds like a very Tyler thing.
It does sound like a very Tyler
Like,
thing.
if
Shout
you
out to
know-
the Tylers out there.
If you know a Tyler in your life, he has probably done this. All right, please continue.
So,
You
So
can
Tyler-
take a drink. You came up to take a drink. It's like, oh, Brandon's gonna talk, and then I like cut you off, and you're like, I'll put it down, I guess.
I don't want any pauses in the story. So,
And I'm
okay.
sitting here over in the mic, like you can hear the drink. You know, podcasters be afraid to moan in the mic, and I'm over here shaking my Starbucks.
So, Mr. Tyler posts on Reddit that he's having issues with his girlfriend.
Right.
So, Tyler admits on reddit.gov that he is not good at sex.
I like how you lead and go, sex.
So he's not good at intercourse.
He's not good at doing the dirty.
And so he had read online that something that would help him is music. And
Now, from what I remember in the post, like the music, like his interpretation was like the music is to help you like get into a rhythm almost.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It was to help him get into a rhythm. And so he puts a bunch of songs on there, but there's one particular song on his playlist that is his favorite. And I quote, loosely quote, that's the song he busts to.
Like it is confirmed that he will bust to it.
Yeah, like he said, it's my favorite song and I will come to it.
So what I'm trying to remember, was it a playlist that he put together, and like every time him and his girlfriend would have sex, like he'd play the playlist, and like she would kind of know, like, okay, you know, oh, here's the song. All right,
Well,
he's gonna finish up.
To make it better, he had a follow-up post that said, there is no playlist online. I downloaded these songs and put them on a CD.
This guy.
We're
living in 2022. He's living in 2058. Oh my gosh.
He put it
on a CD.
He took the time to take all these songs, download them. He probably got it off of like limewire.edu and
limewire.edu.
And he said, oh my god.
Like
he probably took Sharpie marker and went sex mixtape 2005.
2005, 2005. So he just is sitting on this holy grail of a playlist, and he like is bragged like, yeah, there's no play. You don't know what the other songs are, but he knows the one song. We know the one song.
We know the one song.
Do we know the number of how many other songs are on there?
I'm not too sure. I haven't seen the follow-up of like if he posted the playlist online. There have been rumors of like, ooh, this is the lovemaking playlist, but it's like this particular song is always the first one on the playlist. I'm like, that can't be it.
You know that there is some internet basement dwelling dweeb, and I can throw that word around now because I don't no longer live in a basement, but I did live in a basement at one time. So it's kind of like how do I put it? Like I have the like basement dweller pass, right? I can say that word because I've been
If you
there.
fought in the war, you can talk about the war. I can't talk about the war. But
if you are a basement dweller and still am a basement dweller, you can make fun of basement dwellers. So there was someone out there who's creating an algorithm of like a certain number of songs and just going by genre and lovemaking. Like we will have the playlist. We'll have it within a year.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, that guy could go to school and, you know, create the next great advancement to the human race. Or he's just going to code a program to find out, dude, what songs is this guy boning to?
So, anyways, yes. So, he makes this mix CD of songs that he can bump and grind by R. Kelly to.
Yes.
Bump and grind by R. Kelly is not on the playlist that I know of.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah, which is such a bummer. So, like I said, he says that this is his favorite song on his playlist. His girlfriend hates it. Hates it so much. Mind you, they were in a relationship for 2 years.
Right. Everyone I talked to was like, she suffered for this for
She-
2 years.
And he also said he had used this playlist with other women. So this girlfriend is not the only person who has had Tyler over here busting it to this song.
So
Unpacking his suitcase.
I'm just sitting here thinking that this is almost like a hashtag Me Too movement. People are gonna come out of the woodwork and be like, I slept with him to this soundtrack. It was terrible.
I'm like waiting to say the name of the song because yeah. Anyways, so 2 years.
Yes.
They're bumping to it.
Bumping.
And one day, Miss Girlfriend, she goes, Tyler, I do not want to hear this song anymore. I can't. We can't have sex to this song anymore. Tyler's like, okay, cool. So he
Tyler
tries.
is now unable to come.
No. So he tries.
Without it?
Without the music at all. But he says that he still thrusts to the rhythm of what he says is the rhythm of the song in his head. But his girlfriend recognized it. His girlfriend recognized
the thrust.
And she said, no, I can't. We did just give away the song.
So what is the actual name of the song? Give it, and then I will play it. And I need everyone to like, I don't even care if you're driving. You close your eyes, go into a state of meditation, and just imagine, how would one bump and grind to this
song? So the song is called CBAT. That is letter C, letter B, letter A, letter T. CBAT by the one and the only Hudson Mohawk.
All right, so I'll just quick little sneak peek for you.
A TRL exclusive.
A what exclusive?
TRL.
TRL, what's that mean?
Did you never watch TRL as a kid? Total Request Live on MTV?
No.
With oh my god, Carson.
No, I've never heard
Carson
of
Daly?
this.
What?
No.
Oh my god, this was like ideal like 90s, early 2000s cinema.
You're calling it cinema on MTV?
Shakira would show up advertising Hips Don't Lie at 12:15 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Dang.
On Total Request Live.
Dang, I know I've never experienced that, but
it's canceled now, so it's okay. You can only find clips on YouTube.
All right, that's fine.
So yeah, TRL exclusive
of this song CBAT
by Hudson Mohawk.
There's just a lot of things to unpack with this. Just now I did share a little extended Brandon lore. There was a time when I was
this song.
No, not to this song.
Damn it!
Not to this song. No. But I was with someone who they were just like whenever I like have to lounge to tell this story on your couch. Like I'm not being professional about this at all. So like it was pretty much turned into like a friends with benefits situation, and we always listened to Nick Jonas.
Ooh.
Yeah. Every time I hear songs come on, I'm like, I shut that off. I change it, whatever I need to do.
So like,
and I'll find myself humming some of the songs out of nowhere, and I'm just like, no.
So you'll be like in your car. No, not even in your car. Let's say you're like walking through the county fair, and because the county fair likes to play songs that are at least like 5 years old. They never play anything modern unless it's like Florida Georgia Line. Then they're busting their pussies to that.
Oh my gosh, they are.
So
anytime I've country, and I know exactly like the county fair you're talking about, it's just whenever that country song comes on, they just start like you could just see like old grannies throwing it back,
Literally.
you know, middle-aged moms twerking.
Every redneck girl in your school is like, well, from your high school, let's say, like, because, you know, we're fucking old. Every single redneck girl that you have not thought about since the day you graduated just comes out of the woodwork, like
out
fucking Samara in The Ring. Like, they come out and they're just like, oh my God, it's my fucking song.
And they just start like twerking. And even like the one is twerking, who's like pregnant and fires out a kid while she's doing it. And you're just like, oh no!
Oh my God, Braxton, get your ass back in here. You aren't ready to be fully cooked yet.
Pulling it back by the umbilical cord and just slap it back in there.
So anyways,
I don't know if that's how it works.
What I was trying to say was, you're walking around the county fair, and you're walking around, and you just hear Nick Jonas is jealous from the speakers, and you just hear, I hear my team music up, get me bumping my chest, and you just immediately chode up. That thing is just... That thing just like immediately crawls inside of your body. Like, you know what?
It's like a turtle. It goes back into my body. No more. Yeah. And I think there's like a level of PTSD there because that was a situation. I'm like, this is clearly very bad and not healthy. But why not? I'm 26 years old. I got a slew of mental health issues. So what?
Was fucked to Nick Jonas.
Yeah. There's just like,
I have a slew of mental health issues, and one of them is fucking to Nick Jonas.
Take that and put that on your chart for your doctor. It's like, you have ADHD, you got anxiety, depression, you got PTSD from fucking Nick Jonas. And your doctor's like, yeah, that we get these cases a lot more than you would think. So many people have a sex addiction. So I can understand, it's like the girl's perspective. I can understand like that. It's, this, I don't know, soundtrack to, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, there was a follow-up to that post.
Okay, all right. Give us a follow-up.
Where not only did he say the song, well, the playlist was on a CD.
Yeah.
He had also said that, you know, he was kind of stupid because he did not make his Reddit account private. And
he didn't even turn it into a throwaway account?
He did not turn it into a throwaway account.
Oh, no.
This is his regular Reddit account, and her family found out.
Wait, how did, like, families, like, I can't comprehend, like, people, like, families being on Reddit, because I used to be on Reddit all the time.
Yeah.
I really don't. The older I get, the more just social media I drop off on. Like, I barely use the social media for this, so imagine I'm not using social media for myself.
Right.
It blows my mind of, like, people on Reddit who's like, oh, yeah, I'm friends with my dad. I'm friends with my mom on Reddit. Reddit is, like, just a step above 4chan, and 4chan got shut down. And Reddit is just, like, you know, you sit there and you're like, oh, yes, I'm going to just go on all Reddit. Okay, there's some world news. There's some art. There's a femboy just getting pounded by a baseball bat in his butt. There's, pictures of puppies. There's some uplifting news. Like, it is a wild bag. I would never want to share that with my family ever.
Yeah, Reddit's the wild, wild west. And
so the family found out.
Yes, so the family found out, and he and the girlfriend broke up.
Well, she needed to get out of that.
They ended their relationship after finding out that he publicized their sex life on Reddit.
Good for you, miss. And Tyler, eat a dick.
And and that's all I have.
I don't have anything against Tyler. It just,
I have things against Tyler.
People who, it's not enough for just me to suffer. Everyone has to suffer. So whenever someone suffers like that, I'm like, yes, join me.
Yeah, it just, the fact that he woke up one morning and said, you know what I'm gonna do? Ask for advice on reddit.org about my sex life. I'm like, what should I do?
Go to reddit.football and ask about. I did find out recently that you can get so many different domains. It doesn't have to be .com.
It doesn't.
It could be pretty much anything.
Yeah.
So reddit.football, that's the one I'm sticking with. Reddit.football. So going on the reddit.football and just dropping down the facts that, I've been banging my girl for so many years, and this is the playlist. Oh no, I don't. What was he trying to get? Just that he
I,
was upset that she said no.
I think he was just getting like relationship advice of like, what should I do? Like,
Stop listening to CBAT while you bang someone.
say that.
And the TikToks that came from this is the funniest stuff. Just that girl went for 2 years, and then just people just acting like, man, imagine being that girl. It's like
All the thrusting theories.
As I'm thrusting on your couch,
Like,
people can't see it, but I'm sitting here thrusting away.
Literally, like, I've seen so many thrusting theories where it's like, oh, did he do it like to every beat? Was it every other beat? Well, did
Or
he
was
do
it
to
just
the
like
rhythm?
the time signature of like?
But how could you figure out the time signature of that shit? I'm sitting there like cross-eyed, like.
Now I'm just trying to listen because back in my high school days, I was in band from 5th grade all the way to my senior year. I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Like you could simplify it to just from the sound of it. You could simplify it to 4/4, but it's probably not 4/4. Probably a little faster.
But I mean, nothing against him. Tyler sounds like a very white name.
Oh, Tyler!
And if he was not in band,
I bet you Tyler was the whitest kid. Blonde hair, kind of cut like mine right now, but like the sides are completely shaved, except for the back. It comes down like to here in the back.
Right.
And then, got some acne on him. He has a good body, which is why I think the girl was with him, but he has no other redeeming qualities.
And I don't know if this is a redeemer or an absolute destroyer. He's British.
Oh my gosh. His sexual thrusts to CBAT sent waves into the cosmos that caused the Queen's death.
Literally, this song killed the Queen. Just like WAP killed Prince Philip.
WAP did. Oh no. WAP killed Prince Philip.
The UK has been getting a lot of L's recently.
I think it started with Tyler and CBAT.
Really, Tyler set off the entire nuclear bomb that destroyed the royal family.
And all it was him just pounding his girlfriend away to CBAT, and then it's like I just feel like the guy was like almost being genuine, not trying to get the info out. I think he was just like, I just want to, but the way he went about it is so wrong that just like now we just make fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was malicious. I think he's just, with a name like Tyler, every Tyler I've met, they've been dumb. I've never met a smart Tyler.
Literally.
Like, when Tylers are born, they look at the sheet and it's like, okay, here's the brain waves. So he's right in the Tyler range. So you're going to have to name your child Tyler. And it's like, what? But we were going to name him Osborne. No, you're naming your kid Tyler. He's right in this range, right here. If his brain waves are in this range, he's a Tyler. I'm sorry. I don't make up the rules. It's the law. I don't know. It's the first name I picked up.
I would have fun named the kid. I mean, that is also. I can't make fun of kids named Osborne because
I was going to be named Osborne, but then at the last second, my parents were like, "Wait a minute. We named your sister with something that started with a B, and our names start with B's. We have to have another B."
Bosborne.
I would have. It was Brandon, which they picked, or Bob.
Let's go.
I would have been a Bob. As you're throwing out my last name, it's fine. I'll have to cut that out.
Bob Belcher. That's your real last name.
Nice cover.
Bob
nice cover.
Belcher.
Bob Belcher. It's all fine. I have to cut out some things that you say doxing wise.
Oh. My bad.
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. You're just like, Brandon, I'd rather you just be mad at me than say that. What the hell? Yeah, I would have been a Bob.
Love that. Well,
probably what I'll edit in is whenever I have to, cut out something, I'll just put one note from CBAT. There'll be just little clips and just like, yeah.
I can't believe we went to the state fair.
Yeah. So now people who heard that earlier, it's like, what the hell was that? Now you understand where that sound clip came from.
Exactly.
We lay out those hooks that get you invested, but now you got to keep listening because you're like, what's going to happen next?
Also, to make you feel better, since you so vulnerably shared your possible name. My possible name was Raquel.
Oh, God.
Yeah, my mom had an obsession with Raquel Welch in the early 90s. And when I was born, my mom said, oh my God, I want to name Carly Raquel. Even though my name wasn't Carly at the time. She was like, I want to name this baby Raquel. And the only good thing that my father ever did said, no, Pam. No, Pam. We can't do that. And she said, I don't know what to do then. And he goes, my dad's name is Carl. Why don't we add a Y to it? And she's like, Craig, you're a fucking genius. You're a fucking genius.
I love that is the intricate lore of how you were named.
Literally is.
My father's name is Carl. Slap a Y on there.
Carly!
It's weird that, you know, when you meet somebody, they have their name, right? They have the name that they're born with, and it just makes sense. You look at that person, it's like, oh, that fits them, because we form into our names. It's so hard to think that, like, if we had different names, just because we have a name with a face and we attach it to it.
Right.
And then if your name were to change, I'm like, you're not Raquel.
Not.
You're Carly. You are always Carly.
I am not a Raquel. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I don't even know what a Raquel kind of, like, how do you pull off a Raquel look?
I don't know. She's pretty hot.
The Raquel look is pretty...
That's all I can say. The Raquel look is probably pretty hot.
I'm going to look up Raquel because I don't know what a Raquel is.
Raquel is Raquel.
ROQLN.
No. R-A.
QU.
EL.
Welch?
Yes, Raquel Welch.
Really? Her?
Yes, her.
She was obsessed with her?
Yes.
All right. I'm just scrolling through. I've never heard or seen of any of these movies, but by the looks of it, they all came out. Oh yeah, there were 60s and 70s movies. So she was literally just there just to be wearing a bathing suit.
Oh yeah, she was just there to be hot.
That's her purpose, was there to be hot.
Yes,
Raquel. She was in The Three Musketeers and Legally Blonde and How to Be a Latin Lover.
Yes. She was in... She was super 60s model.
She was in The Naked Gun, 33 and a Third, The Final Insult. Dang.
Apparently.
Jim Brown, All-American.
Damn.
I'm just scrolling through the list of what to say. Cleopatra.
Dang, she's 82.
She 82.
She's about to follow the queen.
She gonna follow the queen right up to God's gate because he wanted to bring her up to get that queen ussy.
No.
Because the funniest thing about the queen was there's always that joke going around that, well, the one I always saw was like, you know, God in the Garden of Eden telling Adam and Eve, hey, this is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Don't eat the fruit from that. You can do whatever you want. And Adam's like, all right, that's cool. Who's that lady over there? And it's the Queen of England. And God's like, I don't know. She was here when I showed up. Like, there's always that joke, but it's just so funny. Like, Betty White would be a better candidate for that joke because she made it to 99. She's been around forever.
Right. Another win for America.
Jesus. Yeah, our old person we really like lived at 99. Yours, what, 96?
And you don't even like her that much.
Dude, Betty White almost finished the battle pass. What did your queen do? Friggin' Betty White almost getting to rank 100 on the Fortnite battle pass.
My queen, Betty White, was in Hot in Cleveland and kissed Ryan Reynolds. What did your queen do? Star in Paddington 2? Fuck off! Fuck off, Paddington!
Paddington 2 is so good, though.
I love Paddington. I love Paddington so much. I've just been, when I've been scrolling through Twitter and seeing little things, they're like, oh my god. The queen's having her marmalade sandwiches up in heaven. I was like, Paddington's dead? What the fuck?
Paddington's dead and gone? Dude, Paddington is such an underrated movie. I absolutely, like, the first one's good. The second one is actually better than the first. It's like, it's a sequel that's better than the first.
Yeah, one of my favorite Twitter accounts, I don't know if they're active anymore, but it's, I don't even know the actual, like, for it for people to find it, but basically the Twitter account photoshops Paddington in a bunch of different movies. It'll Paddington in the background of Die Hard. Paddington in Casino Royale 007.
Paddington, he's such a lovable little dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost get that same feeling from that movie that's coming out, Lyle Crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have this just little subgenre of movies that I really like, of like small animals in the real world that can talk, and no one's like, oh, it's a bear that can talk. It's just like, oh, it's a bear that's in prison. Cool.
So you're like totally excited for Shawn Mendes to be singing?
I mean, honestly, I'll probably give it a peek whenever it comes to whatever streaming service it'll show up on, or I'll just buy it. But it just has the same vibes. The kid's like, this crocodile can sing! And instead of people going, why is there a humanoid crocodile singing a Shawn Mendes song? They're just like, wow, that crocodile can sing.
Right.
Like, there's that little bit of, reality, and they just, the belief, and they just throw that out the window. And they're just like, it's a singing crocodile. Who cares?
See, I don't know. For most things, I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. But I wasn't paying attention. Like, the ad came up on YouTube one day. And I'm like sitting there and I'm watching this, and I hear that crocodile start singing. I was like, oh, it's a singing crocodile. Wait, is that Shawn Mendes?
Is that Shawn Mendes? That's a crocodile?
It just took me right out. I'm like, that's Shawn Mendes. Because if it would be different if like Shawn Mendes didn't have like, I don't want to say like an iconic singing voice, but like a distinct.
Oh, there are definitely
singing
singers
voice
with distinct voices. Eminem has a distinct voice.
Yeah, if Eminem were to go on and he's like, a duck walked up to the lemonade stand.
And he asked him, man, run to the stand.
Hey, got any grapes? I'd be like, oh my god, is that Eminem as a duck? Holy shit.
I would watch that movie. A movie about the duck going to lemonade stand and Eminem plays the duck, and it's like 8 Mile, but in the perspective of a duck.
And the man said no. We just sell lemonade. And he said, okay. And then he waddled away. Waddle, waddle, waddle.
TikTok is just a treasure trove of just hot garbage that just fills my soul to such a comforting degree. Yeah. Oh, just, yes, I feel it. I feel that in my bones. So, you brought up a bunch of notes about the Queen.
The Queen.
So, let's get into this Queen stuff.
Okay.
Because you're telling me about all this stuff, and then I see these posts of people saying, like, the Queen died 3 minutes after the baby was born.
Yes.
And people are saying, like, the Queen respawned.
Yeah.
Like,
so.
which is horrifying, because I have a story based off of that.
I'm so excited.
You know what? Let me tell that now before we get into it. All right, so the joke with that is, like, she respawned as the baby.
Yes.
So, all right, growing up, I had a grandmother who was very influential in my life, and they lived in this farmhouse, on the way to, like, our local town, right? I used to live in the middle of nowhere, so it was we always stopped by. We were there a lot of my childhood. Great lady, growing up, super awesome. So, with that being said, the older she got, health issues, died, as old people do, you know. R.I.P. Rip Grammy. Hope you're doing all right down there. And
You know we can find her on the registry?
I would have to look on the registry on where she
Hell.gov?
Hell.gov. You type in hell.gov, the page comes up. What the hell, Fox News?
Yeah. I'm sure.
It's a redirect. It just sends you right there.
Like,
no.
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's he doing here?
R.I.P. wherever you are, Grammy. Wonderful lady. And when she died, one of her distant grandkids was going to be having their third child. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't 3 minutes, but it was a week after she died that he had the kid, right? Mm-hmm. Little girl's born, and it looks exactly like her. Well, when she was old.
I mean,
so this kid was born and looked like it had a mortgage and lived through a few wars. she had this face. And what was so terrifying is we would go to, after this, my grandmother died, then my grandfather died, and then a lot of the family just, sometimes this happens, just die years after. But like this little girl growing up, what was terrifying and what still scares me to this day is that she knew where things were in the house, with it being her first time there. She like strolls in and she just like walks right to the pantry. This is the first time she's ever been there, to my knowledge. Walks to the pantry, busts that door open, starts going for the snacks that are in an orange jar to the far right on the bottom shelf where she could see. And I'm sitting there like, no way. Like, Grammy just reincarnated herself.
Grammy's trying to go ham on those Slim Jims.
Dude, yeah. Grammy got sent down to hell, and she won a fiddle contest with the devil, and she's like, I want to be alive again. And the devil's like, all right, here, I have a loophole. I can't really do it because of the big J-man upstairs, but we'll do loophole.
Right.
And then she was reincarnated. Like, that blew my mind. So I'm interested to see if that kid does anything like that. If they take it to a royal palace, and the kid, like, goes in, opens up a secret door that only the queen would know of. And she's just crawling in there, like, oh yeah, this is where, this was my little panic room. This is where I have all my snacks. All right, that was my story. All right, back to the queen. So
before I talk about the queen,
do
you know anything about Trisha Paytas?
Trisha Paytas?
Sure.
What's her last name?
Paytas? P-A-Y?
Paytas. I thought
P-A-Y-T-A-S.
I thought it was penis with an A.
No, P-A-Y.
Like panis.
No, P-A-Y.
Like Panera Panis bread. No, I know nothing about this woman.
Okay.
Not a single thing.
The big thing that you need to know about Trisha Paytas is that she's a very controversial person.
All right.
So some of her controversies include, but are not limited to. This is everything I could find in like.
For about Patricia Paytas.
Patricia Paytas in about 10 minutes of research. Okay.
Paytas, or is it P-A-I-N-U-S, like pain us?
No, it's P-A-Y-T-A-S.
So it's Paytas.
Yes. So some of Trisha Paytas' controversies
include
but are not limited to. She made a Japanese pop star character, where she donned brown face.
Oh, shoot.
She outed her ex-boyfriend for being gay without his consent.
That's not cool.
She uploaded a video called I Think I Might Be Black.
Rad. Okay.
She came out as a transgender gay man, and then her friends said that it was a lie. And so then she had to make a video where she apologized. Oh, also, after she outed her ex for being gay, she also claimed that she was a chicken nugget.
I feel that some days.
Oh, I just realized, Trisha uses they pronouns. So, apologies from this point forward. They also claimed to have...
Oh, they, them pronouns?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
They also claimed to have DID, which also ended up being a lie.
DID? Am I stupid? Like, you're throwing acronyms at me.
Dissociative identity disorder?
Oh. Did. Okay.
Yes. And they made a video where they're like, ooh, meet all my alters.
Like, alter, like what?
Alter personalities?
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so, but then
I had to clear my throat and cough. I thought I'd get it out real quick.
No, that's valid. So, that's just what I was able to find in about 10-15 minutes.
You have a whole document on your phone. Like, I can see that is a essay.
It's actually not bad. I'm actually almost done with my notes. Because the rest of it are screenshots.
Okay.
So, for a while now, I want to say at least 6 months, Trisha announced that they were pregnant in, like, February.
Right.
And then in April announced that they were having a girl.
Okay.
So, people on the internet, and they're like, haha, how funny would it be if the queen died and reincarnated as Trisha Paytas' baby?
Oh my gosh.
Because, the queen had been, she's fucking old.
Yeah, I was also thinking, didn't the queen not like penis a lot?
I mean, I don't think the queen and Trisha Paytas ever interacted.
Oh. Okay. What was the one that she didn't like? Wasn't there one of, like, her children that married someone that she didn't like and they got booted out of the...
Princess Diana?
Yeah.
There's controversy with Princess Diana.
Wait, isn't she dead, though?
She's very dead. She's been dead since, like, 98 or 99.
Okay, I'm talking about more recent. I just remember walking by a tabloid at some point in my life. And it's
Meghan Markle?
Maybe.
That might be the one because...
It's like, Prince and this lady are kicked out of the royal family.
Oh, no. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the royal family on their own accord. Because I think Prince Harry realized that... Again, like, half an hour of research. Prince Harry is, like, the 8th in line for the throne, and he's never gonna be king. And they were being mean to Meghan because, racism. So, they were like, we're gonna go. And so now they live in Los Angeles, and they're raising their kids there instead of with the royal family.
Good on them for just dipping out because white people are racist. Good on them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes. So, Trisha, baby, having a girl.
Right.
And the internet was like, hey, what would happen if Trisha had her baby and it was the Queen of England? Because the Queen hadn't been doing really great. The Queen celebrated her Platinum Jubilee. She was the ruler of England for 70 years.
That's a long time.
Right. So here is the chain of events that made this conspiracy theory explode.
Okay.
On September 7th.
Explode like a baby out of a vag.
Literally. Mm-hmm. On September 7th at 7:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trisha Paytas announced...
7-Eleven?
7:11 p.m.
So 7-Eleven's in on this too?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Sponsored by Big Gulp. Trisha Paytas announces...
Maybe she should have big gulped instead of having this kid. No! Alright.
Trisha Paytas announces that they're 1 centimeter dilated.
Hell yeah.
They said, woohoo, I'm 1 centimeter dilated, I'm so excited.
What? I'm gonna have a baby.
12 hours later, September 8th, 7:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Buckingham Palace releases a statement on the royal family's Twitter account saying that the Queen is in bad health and is in the middle of supervision.
Whoa, she has to talk to her supervisor?
Yes.
Are they having an employee review while she's on her deathbed?
Literally.
Dan, they're just like, all right, so this is how we thought you did.
Yeah, they're like, all right, final review. How do you think you did this year?
Do I get a pay raise? No, not in the budget.
I mean, you are in the castle, so like, that's cool. But then September 8th, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Buckingham Palace releases the statement.
Buckingham Palace.
Saying that the Queen has died.
She's dead.
The internet explodes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fucking explodes. The first tweet that I saw about this,
Ange immediately sent me the animators are so fast TikTok. Did she send you that one too?
Maybe, yeah.
They just like took the Queen and just superimposed her into like JoJo, like that walking stance, and it's the Queen like walking toward like God or something. Yeah. Like I'm like, damn.
So the way that I found out that the Queen died was a tweet from one at Vlogger Taika, like Taika Waititi.
Okay.
At Vlogger Taika says, "You're laughing. Queen Elizabeth is about to be reincarnated as Trisha Paytas' baby, and you're laughing." And I went, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was, like, driving. I went to go grab lunch, and I look, and it's like, I can't believe it! Everybody's, like, waiting for it like it's the Super Bowl. Some other of my...
Like, she's dead. She's, like, chanting that. Oh, it's so terrible. Okay.
Another one of my favorite tweets about the situation is, for all my fellow fans out here, this tweet from at Ford Holden says, "The Queen died, but honestly, Naruto been through so much more. The hardships he's faced aren't even comparable to dying of old age. Until the Queen has done what Naruto has done, I don't feel sympathy."
really just, people lost a grandmother, and someone on the internet is like, Naruto went through more, bitch. Naruto suffered more than this real human being.
They really said, oh my god, that really sucks for you, but like, Naruto is lucky.
Naruto been through a lot, man.
He doesn't have parents. Like, the queen doesn't have parents either, they're dead. Yeah, but like, Naruto's 14.
Yeah. The queen, she's apparently ancient at 96, even though our Betty White almost completed the battle pass. My grandma's completed the battle pass, and she's just waiting for the season to be over. She's 102.
Damn.
Yeah. But she's just like, when this season gonna change?
But yeah, so people went fucking nuts.
Yeah.
On TikTok especially, TikTok and Twitter, where, they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. Like, the prophecy's true. We've been talking about this for months.
God, the queen is dead. Was born as Penis's baby.
And the only reason the internet has such this, like, huge ego about being correct about things is because they put the pieces together that Dan and Phil were gay. And so they're like, oh my god, if we could predict and make true the prophecy of Dan and Phil being gay and possibly kissing each other in the real life, Queen's turning into Trisha Paytas' baby. We fucking knew it.
We knew it. And everyone's sitting there with their cork boards with the yarn to attach everything. It's like, we figured it out.
Everybody's in a circle. Everybody's in a circle listening to CBAT. Queen, get your ass in there, Queen! Get your ass
What is scary? It's like, what if? What if that does happen? And it's like the kid hits a certain age and is just like, yeah, I'm the queen of England. Like, it's just like, I would not be surprised if, Penis and whoever the dad is.
Moses.
Like, what's his name?
His name is Moses. He's Ethan Klein's brother-in-law.
Oh my gosh. Moses with the penis. Parting the Red Sea.
Well,
you can see what direction we're going. Oh my gosh, this is like too coincidental of just bizarre names.
Trisha did at one point claim that they were a Christian and made a song called I Love You, Jesus.
This is bizarre.
This would also be a great song to add a clip to. The other theory was, because the whole thing about Trisha's baby being born 3 minutes after the Queen Elizabeth died is false. Because Trisha made a video and is like, I can't believe, see, I did it. I didn't fucking laugh.
There you go. You have learned. You got used to me. Yeah. All right, so video saying what?
Trisha posted a video basically saying that they, as somebody who trolls the internet, is like the internet's biggest troll, they feel like they got trolled by the internet for once, and that they don't know what to say, but they're like, I'm still pregnant, I didn't have the baby yet,
so the internet lied to me.
Yeah, the internet lied, because the big thing that I thought was true for a hot minute was that Queen Elizabeth died.
Yes.
3 minutes later, Trisha had the baby.
Yes.
And that Trisha named the baby Elizabeth.
I only saw the bit about 3 minutes after. Like, this was just a passing image I saw, and I'm like, that's enough research for me, baby. Call me Fox News, baby.
Yeah. Trisha posted a video basically being like, no, I'm still very pregnant.
So how long until that kid's born?
They have to wait until they're 10 centimeters dilated to push that baby out.
Oh my gosh, she's okay. All right, I forgot about the dilation. So she still has she hasn't had given birth.
No.
So it should be any day now.
Literally. What if she gives birth to the baby on 9/11?
Oh. So we have 7-Eleven in on this. We have
the royal family.
9/11. The royal family.
9/11.
All right, something about George Bush is going to come out of nowhere. Something's going to happen. George Bush bent over and shit himself in front of a Denny's, and then the conspiracy theories will line
Trisha
up.
will name the baby Martha Bush. No, I like Barbara Bush Patus.
Barbara Bush penis.
Also, I don't know why I just thought of this. So, I said earlier, the Queen
Yes.
had a 70-year reign.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth was the queen for 70 years.
Yes.
And now her son,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
is now the King of England.
Yes.
I can't believe we have, like, the first male queen.
It would just be a king, wouldn't it? Or is the title specifically queen, and regardless of who... So, like...
I wish...
Charles has to go, like, RuPaul Drag Race. Like, he has to dress like that every day. And he's like, he doesn't identify as it, but he has to do it because that's the rule.
He just goes up and he's like, I'm now the Queen of England.
Okay, Ugandan Knuckles, chill out. Do you know the way? Come with me, my brothers.
And everybody's like, ooh, slay. Oh my god.
As you like just running.
Queen Charles 8. Oh my god, like, look at Queen Charles. She ate.
Man, I really hope that's their rule. Like, as I said, I know nothing about it and probably isn't, but literally just having that, like, oh, right, this is a standard that, if you are take over, next in line, it's queen. We have kings here in Britain, only queens.
I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, he's the king. And then fucking Camilla's the queen. We hate Camilla.
Camilla, what Camilla do?
Okay, basically...
She sounds like a lizard. Is she a lizard?
She kind of looks like a fucking lizard. If you look up her picture, she looks like a lizard.
Camilla. All right, Camilla.
You gonna... Queen... no, I think she's just a princess. Or maybe she is the queen.
Princess...
Camilla...
Camilla.
If you put Camilla and Princess Diana, like two photos of them next to each other, Princess Diana wins 300 million.
She is the Queen Consort of the United Kingdom, Duchess of Cornwall.
Yes.
Cornwall?
Don't even do it.
I thought about it. I really did. I'm not going to do it, though.
I wonder if that wall has a bunch of knobs on it.
It has the juices.
Imagine going to the Cornwall and being like, Colonel Sanders.
It's corn! Screaming it's corn at this wall. And only people on TikTok know what it is.
Right. But, so...
Yeah, she does look like a lizard.
Oh, yeah, she looks like a lizard. If you put her next to Princess Diana, she looks like she has a paper bag on her head. So, anyways, King Charles, cheated on Princess Diana with Camilla.
Dang.
Why?
It's in any cheating situation, always like the guy who cheats, like the or the lady. Both sides do it. Like their partner is usually pretty attractive, and you're like, why would you do that?
Right.
And like you had something good, and they're like, I wanted the thrill.
Right, and King. It's gonna take me forever. King Charles,
yeah,
has
cheated on Diana.
Yes.
He was sick of the Diocese, and he went after
the Camussi. But here's the thing about King Charles.
My favorite thing is how you're holding the mic. You've been spinning it, rotating it slowly.
Here's the thing about King Charles, okay?
All right, okay.
If you look at that man's hands, that man's fingers... That man's fingers look like they could play extras in that Seth Rogen Sausage Party movie.
Are they like that big, like sausage-like?
They are sausage-like. I think he has like a non-life-threatening medical condition, unfortunately, where his hands swell up.
Oh, that would
and
be
so
the
his hands are already fat.
He has fat hands and fatter hands.
Yeah, those fat-ass hands went up to Princess Diana and were like, oh, you looking mighty chubby there. And I'm like, shut your fucking mouth, you... You sausage-y bitch! I can put those in a jambalaya, you motherfucker! Shut up!
He goes up to Camille and he's like, oh, babe, look at these sausage fingers. It'd be impressive if I got two in you. But it's probably going to fill up with one. Let me try to get that Camussi.
Oh my god, ew!
And Diana's just getting... Didn't she get murdered?
The conspiracy is that the royal family did murder her in that car crash. But no, she was in a car crash with her new lover. Rip.
I honestly, at this point, stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, I would rather, like, I believe it's like a cover-up.
Right. The royal family killed Princess Diana and Bush did 9/11.
And also, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
No.
Yeah. It's like, stuff like that, you're just like, it's clear. Like, obviously, all the signs are there.
Right.
It's just like, okay, it's very clear, but no one really cares enough or has the balls to speak up because, you know, there's a lot of money behind that. And we're just 30-year-olds hanging out on a couch talking to microphones. We got no money.
Exactly.
We're broke. We're poor.
Yeah.
I do appreciate this coffee you got me, though.
No
Having
problem.
that new lease on life, you know, having an apartment whenever someone offers, no longer is Brandon like, oh no, I appreciate the offer, but I'll be... Now I'm like, oh, free stuff, yeah, baby.
Yeah. As you should.
As I should. I find myself going through... I throw out my garbage, and I like to see how other people live. So, like, I'm in the dumpster, like, kind of... Not looking, but looking. Like, I'm not digging through it, but I'm just looking. Like, how do other people live?
So you're like... So you'll, like, throw your bag in the garbage, and you kind of peep it, and you're like, ew, somebody reads Game Informer?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk to that guy.
Someone went to the coffee shop here. What'd they get? And I'm looking at the receipt. I'm like, 2 shots of espresso. That's insane.
But sometimes you need that 2 shots of espresso.
And I'm just standing at the dumpster doing this. And I've had to catch myself like, okay, this is weird. Get in your apartment, Brandon. You're being weird. And like my neighbor comes out like taking out trash. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And they're like, hey. The neighbors that like the, you know, move furniture at like 10 at night.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, what's up? Meanwhile, you're like really trying to get in there to get that limited edition 1992 version of Clue that somebody poured pasta sauce on. You're like, oh my god. Is this the one with the big yitties on Miss Scarlet?
The big yitties? Oh my gosh. Did you just take titties but put a Y in front of it?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Never heard yitties?
I've never heard of yitties.
Well... Yitty is a clothing line from Lizzo, number 1. But number 2, I heard about...
Man, Lizzo. I'm usually not into, you know, chicks of that size.
Good to know.
You're just like, yep, good to know.
I can go tell my mom now.
Guess what, Mom? Guess what Brandon's not
Brandon
into.
hates fat chicks. He's fat phobic.
That is not what I said.
Mom, he'll never love me.
Jesus, no. This is not where I wanted this to go.
I love expose. I've exposed Brandon.
It's just...
and now I have it on record.
On record. And I'm going to be too lazy to edit this part out because I have to edit all the other shit at the beginning. So, yeah. No, it isn't my thing. I don't look down on people. People, you know, you live your life how you live your life, and it's beautiful. But I think there's a level of confidence that I can, like, go past that. I'm just like, yeah, if Lizzo was like, yeah, guess what? I'm coming to your house to just fuck the soul out of you. I'll be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No complaint.
Valid. So, Yitty is a clothing line from Lizzo.
That is her clothing line, okay.
Yes, but also, I follow this girl on TikTok who goes by Yitties, and she has a series called Fatter Cap, and basically she I don't think she does it as much anymore, but basically there'll be a bunch of like users on TikTok who are like, yeah, I love girls with big bellies and cellulite and blah, blah, blah. And she will scour their TikTok following to see if they actually follow fat women.
Is it that?
That's her. That's Lizzo's clothing line.
Right.
So Yitties is YIDD.
IES.
IEZ.
IEZ. Okay, I will put the. Oh, there we go.
And so she.
It'd probably be on users, right?
Yes.
Which one is it?
What the hell? Where's Miss Yitties?
Put in the Yitties.
So, big Yitties is a search term that you can...
Yitties.
Got her.
I wonder if the Queen had big Yitties.
I mean, you can always look.
I could. I also noticed on TikTok, like, people are doing like, deep fake stuff of the Queen, like Fortnite dancing and like twerking.
I have some videos to show you after this.
Oh my gosh! Like
so
okay.
Yitties does a series called Fat or Cap, and basically men who basically are like trying to like bait plus size women to be like, ooh, I can't believe you would look at me. Oh my god. Yitties will go through their profiles and check their followers and be like, oh, do you actually like fat women, or are you just saying it for clicks? And she's exposed a lot of guys who very much had their following on, you know, catering to plus size women. And then she's like, why are you only following skinny girls? Nothing against it, but also, hey.
Just look on this lady's face is just like, how do I put it? Like, she's bored, she's here. Every picture. Oh, is she powerlifter?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm all for this.
Yeah, Yitties is a powerlifter. I love her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Powerlifting. Yes. I don't know why.
And she's got big yitties.
Yeah, she has big yitties. I follow, like, all the powerlifters. I don't know. I'm just so fascinated by it, and I would love to do it. Mm-hmm. But I don't have a space to power lift unless I just start going into, like, the yard and just lifting up junk that's on the side of the road.
There was that one gym.
There was a whole bumper on the side of the road this morning. Right outside my apartment.
A bumper?
A bumper. Like, someone probably, like, hit something and the whole bumper just popped off.
Oof.
I could have grabbed that and just started powerlifting it. And then set it back down right where I found it and leave. And people, like, watch me like, what's that face for? What'd you get? You get unsolicited dick pic?
No.
Have you gotten any recently?
No.
Oh.
Luckily.
Luckily for you, but it's always fun to see that confidence, because the guys who send dick pics are like, oh, I'm confident.
Oh my god,
they just got little tiny little, like, they're looking like Toad hanging on to.
My favorite thing to do with unsolicited dick pics is putting them. No, I put them in PixArt and I put like eyeballs on them and stuff and then send them back.
Yeah. My one of my friends got one, and she sent it to my friend's wife. And she showed me that. She's like, Brendan, it's like, what about this? Like, would you be impressed by that if you were a girl? I'm like, and like the way it's tilting, it looks like it's shrugging, like it doesn't know the answer to a question you just asked it. So then it went into like the art thing on your phone. Mm-hmm. I just put two eyes and made it shrug it with two little arms. It was the cutest little penis you've ever seen.
It's like, yeah, it's basically like the and we do not have to talk about this guy. He's super controversial, but the whole like Andrew Tate thing, and people would like.
I heard he's controversial. I know nothing about him. This is like that TikTok space. This is why I come to Carly for the entertainment news. You just have all this wealth of knowledge of like
I would say Andrew Tate would be something that you and I would have to talk about pre-recording to do an episode on.
Wait, why?
It's very.
So all right, just tell. All right, we're doing this because we still got time. We got to fill out a quota.
Okay,
Mr. Taint. What's he do? What's his issue?
Okay, Andrew Tate, is a former content creator, I guess we could say.
Former, okay.
Because
he got U.S. content creator.
He got banned on basically every social media platform.
Mm-hmm. For what reason?
Well,
did he show his willy to people?
No.
Oh.
So
Then I'm not interested.
Okay.
No, keep going.
No. So Andrew Tate is this bald guy on the internet.
Andrew Tate, yep.
Yes, Andrew Tate. And he shares a lot. Well, his podcast, he shared a lot of like very misogynistic and harmful ideologies to men. And
is it aimed at like the misogynist? Obviously, misogynists usually reference toward women.
Yes.
Is that just like women are terrible and they just want you for this?
Not exactly.
Like, is he advocating like all boys that go gay?
No.
Because people like that is my thought. I'm like, do you just want the homies to be gay? Because I think you could just ask, or there's like groups where you could just. Just go get some dudes.
Right. Some of the stuff that he was like promoting, it's been like a hot minute since I've like read up on him, but basically like he was sharing a lot of like opinions, like, ooh, like women are a prize, and
Well, that's not cool.
yeah, like women are a prize.
Why do you think we'd
and-
have to talk about this before? Do I look like a guy? It's like, Brandon only wants women as an
No.
object that he can control.
I just want to respect that you had said, I remember especially the first time I was on, you laid down the rules of no politics.
I don't see this as politics. This is just a guy just being misogynistic and gross. My idea of politics is more of anything related to. I don't see that as politics.
Okay, cool.
It's just a guy being an asshole, and then we can just sit down and make fun of him.
Yeah, I'm looking up some.
With a name like Taint, you have to be made
yes,
fun of.
and he's bald. Nothing against bald people, but
Yo, I love rubbing lotion on bald people's heads.
yeah, let me see.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie, low key, that is like, I don't know why, that's awesome.
Rubbing.
When I was a kid, my one grandfather like got sunburned so bad on his head, and he was bald, and he was like, he got sunburned so bad, huge guy, and he's just laying in his recliner. He's like, and I was little, not too little, I was like 8, 9. He's like, Brandon, can you help me? He's like, I just got burned so bad. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Pops? And he's like, could you just put this like it was like this aloe vera stuff, like burn, but like he added his own stuff, his own mixture. He was really looked up to the guy. He was a good dude. But he kind of had like that redneck, like making his own concoctions. He sat in his garage all day and just built weird stuff. Because he just had that kind of mind. So I'm like rubbing this lotion on his head, and for some reason it was incredibly satisfying, and I remember that from being 8, 9 years old. Like just like rubbing it, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a very strange story. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
dude, this guy like Brandon almost nutting on, just put lotion on his grandfather's head. But I don't know. It was just so satisfying because I think you just had to cover the entire space, and you had to make sure. I don't know. That was just a random thought I had. One of those memories that gets like unlocked when you just everything falls into place.
Right. So I looked up some things that he has said just to give some examples.
And a lot of time people like this, they've been hurt by a girl and they just didn't handle it well.
Right. So to give you some the only backstory, I know of
intricate Andrew Tate lore.
The only Andrew Tate lore that I think is important is that...
Oh my gosh, the bottom of the coffee is the best. Whew.
So the only Andrew Tate lore that I think is important is
Yes.
that Andrew Tate is bald.
He's bald.
Really, that's where I want it to stop. But he's a former kickboxer. He's a British-American former kickboxer. He was on Big Brother in 2016, but
Okay.
he was removed from the show when a video of him appearing to assault a woman with a belt was made public. However, Andrew Tate said that this incident was consensual.
So it's just very clear this guy just has this string of like, he was like almost big, almost a thing, and he kind of screwed up for himself, and now he's like pointing the finger at everyone else and be like,
Yeah, so some things that he has said, I'm bouncing between two articles here. So one notable example includes clips of Andrew Tate saying that if a woman is dating a man, she belongs to him.
that ain't cool, that ain't true.
In another clip, he suggested that women in relationships who have their own social media accounts are cheating.
So this is just a man who just wants complete control.
He says that women belong in the home, they can't drive, and are a man's property. He also thinks that...
I wish this way of thinking went like toward like women, like women are the ones who are in control. Like I want that kind of movement,
Right.
Because I can just get myself into that thing of being like not even the trophy husband. Like I will be the stay-at-home husband. I know some guys get offended, like, oh, she makes more money than me. I'm like, that's
Who cares?
awesome.
Yeah, who cares?
I'm like, I get to, work my job. I know she bringing home the bacon, and I know like the thing is like I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
As long as we have a roof over our head and I get to bone sometimes, I'm happy.
Yeah. It's 2022. Like, who fucking cares who's making more money than the other?
So
As
he's
long as you're being
just a
supported.
misogynist asshole. And
There's
then just-
more.
Okay, all right.
So,
Keep going.
these
Let's talk
are-
about
these
Andrew
are-
Tate.
We just have a couple more things just to give you a little bit more of an encompassing idea. He also thinks that our victims
Okay.
must bear responsibility for their attacks, and he dates women ages 18 and 19 because he can, quote, make an imprint on them.
That's predator behavior.
Uh-huh.
That's not like, oh, I'm a man and a flaw. No, that's like, oh, this is just a very, I guess, vocal predator.
Uh-huh. And he also talks about hitting and choking women, trashing their belongings, and stopping them from going out. I quote, "It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and grip her by the neck. Shut up, bitch." He says in a video acting out how he'd attack a woman if she accused him of cheating. In another, he describes throwing a woman's things out the window. In a third, he calls an ex-girlfriend who accused him of hitting her, an allegation he denies, a dumb hoe. That's all I will read. You can do more.
So all right. So this guy, it's clearly that, we're getting our entertainment news on the podcast. I knew nothing about, but it's like, okay, so we started with a guy named Tyler boning to CBAT, the Queen of England dying, and a misogynist,
Banned off the internet.
Which is probably for the best.
Oh, yeah. When the devil says no, God says yes.
Yeah. People like that, you just look at that and you're like, who hurt you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally. It was so quick, because I remember seeing a TikTok from my buddy Zach, and he's like, I keep seeing all these Andrew Tate videos, and I had no clue who this guy was, and so I just, commented on his video. I was like, the block button is a thing. However...
Yeah, a lot of people forget that.
I started seeing Andrew Tate videos, but it was, people replying to Andrew Tate and being like, hey, your opinion kind of sucks. But my favorite thing that I have been seeing, it's died down now since he's been banned from everything. If he's
not, present, no one,
right.
If there's no fuel for the fire's going to go out.
But the reason why I bring up, photoshopping penises and stuff is my favorite thing that people would do. Because, him being a misogynist, my favorite thing that the internet does is they will do yassified edits of misogynists. And so they'll take pictures of Andrew Tate, and they'll put him in Pixar, and they'll give him contour and eye makeup and big eyebrows, make him look like a drag queen, and make him look submissive and breedable, and give him big boobs.
Submissive and breedable.
Oh my god, it's my favorite thing in the world. And then it'll be his takes in the background being like, women should be in the kitchen cooking me a sandwich, while he's getting big boobs.
Women should be in the kitchen making me dinner, and then, as he's getting implants for huge tits. That is beautiful. That is just a beautiful, a dichotomy of just opposing ideals.
It's so good. It's so good. And I'm like, I'll take a little bit of misogyny for big yitties on Andrew Tate.
Big yitties on Andrew Tate. I've always noticed with, those schools of thoughts where people are like that, because girls do it too. Men are this, and then guys or girls are this. And it's just very clear that they were just hurt so bad at one time that they just almost formed their personality around just being a misogynist. Or what would the girls toward a guy? Is that still misogyny?
I think it's misandrist.
Look that up. Get us the confirmation.
So it's.
But I think at the same time, everyone's no one side is right, because both sides are awful, because we're all human. All humans are awful.
Yeah,
we're all terrible. I'm the guy who sends Danny Phantom gifts to girls when I'm ghosting them of the gift of him going ghost.
Yes, I love that.
I'm not any better, but in the dating realm of dating online, it's the Wild West. There's no rules.
Literally.
There are no rules at all.
There are a couple rules.
You can say one sentence wrong, or you say the right sentence, but they just read it in a different tone, and then you just never hear from them.
I think there's a couple rules. I think the most important rule is always ask for consent.
Every kiss begins with consent! Consent, people!
But... Fudge. So I think there are a couple of rules to... that
when you're actually on a date. I'm talking about just communicating with. On a date, you have to be respectful, but also treat it as just like two friends hanging out. But there's a little bit of an interest. It's people try to move stuff way too fast,
too quickly sometimes, and in this, especially like this dating age, I think I'm only speaking as two 30-year-olds on a podcast,
right?
But at least for me, I like things to go a little bit slower. Like, I want to know, like, what your favorite color is. I want to know if you like pasta dishes or not. I want to know what your hobbies are before we start smooching. Like,
right?
I also want you to know if I like pasta dishes before we start smooching. I don't want to be kissing somebody being like, hey, you know my entire life story and my social security number, but I only know what your name is. Let's smooch. That's just me, though. If you're one of those people who's like, all I need to know is if you're not a criminal and if you don't have an STD, great. I'm not like that, though. I'm not.
You're old-fashioned. Nothing wrong with old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned, too. I'm at the point, and this is why I like stuff like this, I swear I am on a spectrum somewhere. It's like, I'd rather just have a info sheet handed to me, laminated, of course. I don't want to be touching regular paper.
Right.
Of just like likes, dislikes, trauma history, how much money I make.
Yeah. And also,
that's not going to sway my decision. It's just like, okay, all right, am I living with you? You living with me?
Right.
Who's also financially smarter here too? What do you spend your money on? It's like, oh, I see you spend so much money on pop figures. All right, that's a red flag. Because pop figures are expensive.
I was going to say, is it the money or is it the pop figures?
No, it's just the money. Like, okay. Pop figures, like, oh, you see the box, like, oh, cute, $10. And then, like, I go to, like, our used game store that's in town, and I wander on by, and I'm like, oh, yes, pop figure. Oh, my gosh, they're $30.
Right.
So then just imagine just someone filling up on pop figures, and then, oh.
But see, for me, not only do I want to know your trauma history, are you working on it? Because if you're just going to sit here and dump to me and be like, yeah, I had, like, a really hard life, but are you doing anything to, like, better yourself, or are you just going to give me your baggage?
Yeah, they're just like, nah, I'm just here to give you my baggage, like, so here it is.
If you're just going to give me your baggage, I would like to return it to the Kmart. Like, no, thank you.
Of course it's the Kmart. Are you saying, like, the people I would date, they'd be Kmart shoppers, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Let's not lie to ourselves.
I've been pretty lucky. Most of the people I've dated have at least been like Walmart.
Walmart ain't bad, Walmart updated. Walmart got everything.
Walmart not bad. Like, I'm aiming for like.
Aiming for Walmart.
I'm aiming for Target.
Yeah, I was gonna say Target would be the thing.
I'm aiming for a Target boyfriend. However, if I get Walmart, like, that's cool too, because I'm probably Walmart. To a lot of people. I could be Kmart.
You radiate Kmart energy.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm being real with you. I'm sorry. You're radiating Kmart energy.
Wow. I was even thinking about sending this to potential suitors as well. And so now the fact that somebody I've known for a very long time, is out here
like,
on
if it makes it feel better, I rock Goodwill energy. I have like the Salvation Army energy radiating. So
I'm just saying, the fact that you're out here on internet.edu telling everybody that I'm Kmart.
You're Kmart energy.
If I get unmatched because of this, I'm coming. I'm going, break, motherfucker. I was so close.
You're going to break my bones. Well, do you know where I live?
No.
Okay, then
you
I'm safe.
Want to disclose it on the Discord?
No. You're gonna disclose this on the Discord?
Let's disclose it on the It Sure Is a Podcast Discord.
We don't have a Discord. Yeah, you do. Do you think we should?
I mean, you could.
The thing is,
I post some fun stuff on it.
I just don't know. Like, I know Discord works, but you need a moderator. I'm not going to moderate a Discord.
That's valid.
And I just feel like if I set one up, there would just be like this little pocket of just like neo-Nazis that like just flooded in. Not that saying our listeners are that, but just, small pockets like that. They're like, oh, this is a small podcast channel. I'm bringing all the brothers in. We're going to plan our white supremacy shit. And I just go through Discord one day. I'm like, what the hell? Get that out of here.
My favorite thing about modding a Discord server, because, I've been modding Zach's server for over a year now.
Zach the Cowman?
Yes, Zach the Cowman.
Yeah, he scrolled by my TikTok So it's like the algorithm's working. Like he popped up.
Oh,
like
I was like, he scrolled
no,
your
like his
TikTok.
thing.
Yes, his
came
video
through.
scrolled through your TikTok.
And I don't know if that's maybe because I talked to you and I know you're happy, but I don't know. Phones are always listening,
Well,
but
I was gonna say also because
yeah, that's Twitch, right? Zach the Cowman.
yes,
That's what. Okay, I'm just throwing it out there
Twitch,
for a fellow.
TikTok, Quinn if you're horny.
Twitch TV / Zach the Cowman.
Well, Zach Cowman, but
Zach Cowman.
also if you're horny, go to Quinn.com. For $3 a month, you can get pleasured. Anyway.
Pleasured. Isn't audio pleasuring?
Audio porn, yeah.
How does audio porn work? Is it just?
It's like porn without the video, and
Well,
you just
what, is
pop
it
in your sponsored Raycons. And
I listen to my audio porn with Raycon.
have you ever thought, "Wow, I want to hear this wet squelching in high definition"? Then go to Raycon and get the E25
But
in multiple colors.
All right. Say that statement again. It's like, but all I can listen to it is on the bus. So it's like the commercial's a guy sitting on the bus and you're just hearing, and just a little bit of,
Yeah, he and
and
I
just a lot of like splooshing and slooshing, and all the people on the bus like, oh, this again. Now with the Raycons E25s, I can listen to this on my way to work. And then, like, the commercial has the guy in the corner, like, with them in, facing backwards, just vigorously jerking off. That's an Adult Swim level commercial right there.
I mean, like, he and I have talked about, that, and that's like my cap.
Because you edit stuff for him, right?
Yeah. I edit some stuff for him, but you're
like, that's where you draw the line. You're
that's where
like,
I draw the line.
That just feels a little almost like a little too personal. I know people who can like set that boundary. It's like,
oh yeah,
like people like in the porn industry who edit all day or like are on set. They're just like, oh, it's a naked person. But
yeah, like for sure, like yeah, they're just fucking
me,
cool.
like a sheltered small Christian lad, I'd be like, oh, like just screaming the whole time while they're just going to town. Yeah, two very different things.
And like, even though it's like 100% like a job for him, like for me, I'm like, oh my god, no, like. This is just a moment that, like, I never thought we'd be in.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't think we'd be this close to friends.
I would like to thank you so much for the opportunity, but I'm just gonna quit this part. I'm kidding, but like,
audio porn.
I don't even remember why we were talking about Zach. Hi, Zach. I'm sure you're listening to this.
He's not listening to this.
I send him the link every time.
What? That you're on this?
Yeah.
Oh.
I said, hey, you want to hear my beautiful, amazing voice?
I don't know
Talk
who
about
is listening.
Wet squelching?
Wet squelching? That sounds kind of hot. Wet squelching.
You know what's really hot? Listening to wet squelching on your Raycon E25.
We're no way, shape, or form sponsored by Raycon or sponsored by anybody.
I mean, you never know. Have faith in
It will
yourself.
happen maybe one day, but right now...
Wait.
Just to cover your butt, you have to throw that out there.
Right. One day, Ray J will email you.
Ray J. Mr. Ray Timothy J.
Yeah. Ray Timothy J will email you from raycon.tv and be like...
/
Hey.
Zach Cowman.
And be like,
I'm just promoting that, throwing that out there so hard.
You're just like, you know what? I don't want to promote my stuff anymore. Let's promote an established man on the internet.
Right? Established, yeah.
With our 7 fans.
7 fans. I mean, there's people, like, involved in downloading and listening to this, but the stats are so inconsistent. Like, all the apps are like, dude, I can't even tell you what's going on here.
Right.
I can't give you numbers because it's so low.
Right.
But they're consistent, but not consistent enough, if that makes sense.
That's valid. Do you get at least one listener?
Oh, yeah. At least one. And you know what?
Is it you?
No, it's not me, actually.
That's cool.
That's enough for me, just one.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Right. It's like what they used to say in the church. Like, if you can influence one person to change their life today, your whole life matters.
For that one person that you made, decide to get a chicken sandwich instead of a hamburger. And that changed your whole life. I really feel like that is a pep talk for Chick-fil-A.
Right.
So if you made them eat a chicken sandwich over going to McDonald's and eat a hamburger, you did really good today. It's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure, bitch.
It's my pleasure, bitch. It's like that Britney Spears song. It's Britney, bitch.
It's Britney, bitch. It's my pleasure to serve you,
Bitch.
fucking whore. You fucking slut. You fucking chicken whore.
Whenever someone asks me, it's like, what's the difference between Popeyes or Chick-fil-A? I'm like, Chick-fil-A, they're super nice. Popeyes, they treat you like shit.
I've never been to a Popeyes.
It's the same thing, but they treat you like shit.
I love that. I want to go through a drive-thru.
Like Chick-fil-A, they hand you the bag, and they're like, it's my pleasure. Popeyes, they hand you the bag, and they're like, hold on a second, take the bag away from you, and they're like, and then they hand you the bag, and they spit a loogie in it, and you're like, thank you.
I was gonna say I would love to go to Popeyes and have one of them just like throw it in my face.
They probably would.
You fucking whore, and I'm like, all right.
I just ordered some dirty rice. Yeah, dirty rice for dirty girls. Throws that in your face, and you're like, ah.
You ordered dirty rice?
Yeah, you can order dirty rice there. It's like all like it's like fast food
Yeah.
Louisiana, like traditional cooking. Like
Louisiana
there's
fast.
collard greens.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Chick-fil-A does have collard greens, but they're close enough where I just comparing. One's nice, one treats it like shit.
Okay.
So
that's
just
good to know.
depending, like, are you...
If I need to get like...
Do you want to be submissive? Do you want to be dominated? Like, it's just...
I just know that if I ever want to be like taken down a peg because like, you know, getting fired like knocked me down like 4 pegs. So like if I want to get like extra like humbled, I'll just go to Popeyes and be like, hey, if I give you guys like $2, can you like call me a bitch? And they're like, yeah, we'll do more than call you a bitch. And I'm like, let's go.
Going to restaurants and just asking people, like, I'll pay you $2 under the table if you just treat me like shit this whole time. Let's just go into Burger King and just being like, hey, when you hand me your Whopper, can you just call me a bitch?
However, you know that there's some pick-me bitch out there who would abuse that. Like, let's say she's on a date.
Yeah.
And she wants everybody to feel bad for her.
Right.
And she, like, calls the restaurant beforehand, and she's like, hi, I'm coming there at, like, 6 p.m. with a guy for a date. Can I, like, wiretap you $40 for you to just make my life a living hell? And she's gonna get off on the fact that she's being bullied in front of this man, and then he's gonna stand up for her, and she's like, oh my god, my hero, and then they're gonna fuck. And then she has
That sounds really hot. Like, I don't know. I don't know that says, you know, something wrong with me, but...
So, like, she's getting bullied, and then
I'm like, that's a beautiful intro to, like, a porno.
And...
I would watch that. I'd watch that for the story.
Okay, so... Porno, would you rather? Would you rather watch that porno or the porno of the guy who said he's going to make his in-laws family a pepperoni pizza and he ends up cutting a hole in the pizza and putting his dick in it? And then the girl says, ooh, I love sausage.
Yeah, no, the first one.
What?
The former.
Also, that second one is definitely a porn. No.
Yeah, like as soon as you said pizza's been done, but that one,
To piece him in.
there is enough trauma, there is enough backstory, enough like personality, mentally wrong with this woman that she would go out and do that. Just have this guy at. I'm intrigued. I want to see where this goes.
Okay.
I want to see what happens after.
Okay, another porno. Would you rather? Would you rather that porno
Okay.
or mafia kidnapping? And then the mafia guy has your portrait all over his house. And the woman says, I'm never going to marry you. And he says, I'm going to marry you. You're going to fall in love with me in 1 year. And if you don't, you can leave. And she's like, well, why can't I leave now? And he's like, no, you're not. And then they fuck everywhere. And then she says, I think I'm actually in love with this guy because he saved her from drowning once. And then she gets into a car crash. And then you don't know if she dies at the end of the porno.
Wait, really? That is a level of intrigue I want. Like, there's the setup, and obviously there's the banging. Like, you can watch it. You can get the story pieces from watching the beginning, skip to all the banging, and then like go to the end of the narrative.
Well, good for you. You can go onto Netflix and watch that right now. It's called 365 Days.
What the hell? Are you serious?
Yeah. 365 Days is about a mafia boss who kidnaps a girl.
What the
And he
hell?
has his portrait all over her house. I mean, he has her portrait all over his house.
That is like Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah, she literally got stuck. I know. Sorry, guys. I spoiled 365 Days and the subsequent 2 sequels.
You know what? The people who listen to this, they don't watch Netflix, really. They probably just only watch YouTube and just play some games all the time, and they're just wallowing in their self-pity.
Your fans are the ones that are playing Rust.
That is true. That is very true. Holy shit.
Your fans are the ones playing Rust. Meanwhile, my fans are the ones getting ready to play Bear and Breakfast.
Bear and Breakfast.
Which I'm very excited, speaking because, Game of Girl.
Game of Girl. Also one of my friends is super excited for Bear and Breakfast.
I am so excited to play Bear and Breakfast. I'm, so pumped that I now have, my laptop.
Didn't it come out? Didn't it?
Yeah, it came out on Steam, and it's coming out on Nintendo Switch September 15th. This podcast is not sponsored by Bear and Breakfast.
Oh, I wish it would, though. That's what I want sponsors from. Little games like that.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Have you ever wanted to be a bear and or breakfast? Whoa.
Well, lucky for you, you can be both.
With Bear and Breakfast, where you run a little tiny bed of breakfast. And it's called Bear Breakfast. Do you get the pun? Because you're a bear, but you run a bed and breakfast. And bear sounds a lot like bed, so, bear breakfast. Coming to Nintendo Switch, September 15th. 4 days after 9/11. There, I just did an ad for Bear Breakfast.
Let's go.
The studio that you can send me my check of exactly $2.64.
They needed the advertisement.
They need the average. If one person purchased Bear and Breakfast because of that sales pitch, I will have done my job. I will have done my job 100%.
And before you know it, you get your residual check, and then you hear a beautiful angelic voice from the heavens, and then you look up, and it's the Queen, and she says, My boy, it's time to go. Like, go where? And you're like, to the Bear and Breakfast in the Sky.
And I'm like, oh, hell yeah.
Sponsored by Bear and Breakfast.
Sponsored by Bear and Breakfast. So I get British, and I start walking up the steps, and she's like, JK.
And she pushes you off.
She pushes me off the steps and says, tell your Grammy I say hello. And I'm like, ah! I fall down to hell, and then it's just me and Grammy hanging out in her, hell apartment with the couch. It's always on fire. And Grammy's just like, the TV station's sucked down here. I'm like, what do you mean? What do we got? It's like, it's all the stations is that, public broadcast that you find at, 2 a.m. on, the local stations of a town.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh, no.
And it's just This Old House.
It's This Old... Welcome to This Old House.
This Old House, Antiques Roadshow.
No. Antiques Roadshow. Do not fuck around with Antiques Roadshow.
We're checking out Antiques Roadshow.
Shit slaps.
The Red and Green Show.
No, that is even better.
What?
You shut the hell up.
What?
I follow the Red and Green Show on Twitch, okay? They have it on Twitch. His son plays video games, and he says the man's prayer.
Okay, fine. I will not. Sorry, guys. I will take away Antiques Roadshow and the Red and Green Show from HellTube.
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 HellTube is just Andrew Tate videos.
No, I was gonna say HellTube is
No, it's just
Pawn
those
Stars.
videos, and oh yes, it's just Pawn Stars. Hours and hours of Pawn Stars.
So how much would you like to?
You never know what's gonna come through that door.
I have the blood diamond. Well, how much would you like to give this guy for the blood diamond?
I'll give you $5, maybe.
I have $5.
Best I can do.
I have $5, 3 paper clips, and some belly button lint. I think that'll suffice.
I hate that show so much. Oh, I'm more of a Storage Wars fan myself. Where they just purchase a storage unit and they're like, oh, we're going to find some cool stuff in there. And one, they just find, trash, a dead body. The other one, they find the literal casket of King Tut in a storage unit, the legit. They're like, oh, wow, I'm a millionaire because I opened up this storage unit.
And, literally, they're just his name was Rick Harrison. And they're literally like, I spent $30 on this and all I got was a dead body. You're kidding me. I couldn't even get some unique vanity furniture. The fuck?
I don't know what they're looking for. What level of like antique storage units? Like when I moved, I have so much crap I didn't take that I'm kind of like, I'm sitting there looking at all of it, and I'm like, I might do a storage unit, but more likely, I'm just probably gonna throw it all away because it's crap. It's stuff I don't need, and I'm just at the point where I'm like, I only want stuff, and only are going to get stuff that I need. And yeah. So what? Like, you open a storage unit and it's just a bunch of... Now, what if they open a storage unit and it's just a bunch of, like, XL Bad Dragon dildos?
Somebody's having a great time tonight.
I don't think so, because why are there that many in a storage unit? Unless they find, like, a man in there with, like, one shoved in every orifice and his dead, rotting body.
Oh, my God.
Storage Wars!
Wow, I can't believe it. Best of both worlds. I got a dead body. And I'm getting pleasure tonight. Honey, you got any bleach for these?
And I imagine a lot of them would still be boxed up so you could just sell them, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dust them off a little bit, and then you're good to go.
Those reality shows are just...
Like...
Yeah, just
all right, good to go.
A little, yeah, just put a little spit shine on it. Just a little... And they're like, all right, I spit on it, and you're like, Ron, dear God, just, like... Puh, like spit shine. Right. You just deep throated that.
Just like they start with like, all you gotta do is like, and that's all you gotta do. Like, oh really?
Like the grapefruit lady.
The grapefruit Nathan. Whoa, Rick, stop! What are you doing? And then he's just like, I'm Rick Harrison. This is Monsters. How much would you like to pay for this used Rick Harrison?
Oh, people would buy that up in an instant. All right, funny. All right, you bring funny thing. All right. Since we're on this topic, it's pretty dang close. I live in a college town. I moved all my prescriptions to this place in said college town.
Yes.
So I go to the place to get my prescriptions, and there's a cart standing next to me. I didn't have my phone with me because I just left it in my car, but I should have brought it in.
Yeah.
This cart, this was a motherfucking CVS. And this cart next to me had, like, anal lube. It had just regular lube. It had it said fun little, gosh, what they did not, it was a butt plug, but they would not call it a butt plug. They're just sitting on the shelf on this cart in the middle of the line to get the prescriptions. It was like, I think they called it like a bottom toy. I literally think they called it a bottom toy.
We love the Walmart version, like the generic version.
The generic version of the butt plug. And then there's like just vibrators. Then there's like Magnum condoms. And this is all in a cart sitting here. And it's just like, these were just sex toys at a CVS.
Yeah.
I never knew they sold those.
They do.
I never knew that.
Well, now you do.
Now I do. I was real tempted, just like when I'm getting my prescription, just to grab like a bunch of stuff off of there.
Imagine going up, I don't know, what was your prescription?
For meds, like...
Okay. Medication. So you're going up for your medication, and you just, slide anal lube, and you're like, don't ask.
The thing is,
and it's like, okay.
With that kind of stuff, it's only for one purpose. Even if it's like a joke gift or a gag gift, pun intended. Like, it's still... There's that sexual air about it, and you just know, like, you're going to give that to a friend, or you're going to jam that thing so far up your butt. Like, there's no other way to... And, you know, there's a power in that, being confident about that, but me, I'd be like, you know, this is actually for a friend. It's like, yeah, the condoms, the cucumber, and of course, go, okay, whatever, dude. Just get your stuff and go.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at Target, I was, like, super young. This was like 10 years ago. I remember being in line at the register for lunch, and there was a guy in front of me who, no joke, had a t-shirt, a bag of Reese's Cups, and condoms.
That guy.
And...
living in the year 2058. While we're here in 2022.
Right. Out here at Target.gov.
At Target.football. Just out here.
at Target.hockey with a t-shirt, Reese's Cups.
I
and
want to
condoms.
believe they're all
But-
related. Like, they are all going to be used in whatever act
Right.
he's doing.
But so there's this lady who was ringing him out. I will not disclose her name because I'm pretty sure she still works there. I love her so much.
It's probably Carol.
No.
All right.
So she's ringing his shit. She rings the t-shirt because she's like, like, hi, how you doing today? And he's like, I'm good. How are
And
you?
is she the type that's like very reserved and just like
She's just like a very sweet lady. She's probably like in her 60s.
right? So like she never makes a sex joke in her life. She's a nice lady.
And so like
yeah.
she's like, how you doing? And he's like making eye contact with her, but like shifty eye contact. And he's just like, I'm good. How are you? And she's like, oh, I'm good, sweetie. Thank you. And she gets the condoms and she rings them up and she looks and she goes, ooh, you having any fun tonight? You have any fun plans?
No, Carol, no.
Oh my god! Like I'm sitting there with my potato soup, I just like wanted to get checked out. I'm like, girl, oh my god, Carol, what the fuck?
Carol, what the fuck?
And his kid in front of me, he's just like, oh yeah. And she goes, yeah, looks like it. And I'm like,
Carol, just call this guy out. It's like, you're gonna have sex
oh,
tonight.
you're gonna have fun.
You know, that very basic human subject that everyone's afraid to talk about. You're gonna have that
of all people, Carol. And like,
picks up the phone, gets on the intercom. There's a kid up here at register 3 gonna have sex tonight.
this kid's gonna fuck. Everybody clap.
And everyone
It's like a Texas Roadhouse. Hey guys, Billy over here is about to fuck. When I say 3, let's give a big, loud, and proud Texas proud yeehaw for Billy about to fuck. 1, 2, 3.
And everyone's like, yeehaw!
He's just like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself later.
And then I just imagine the staff at the steak roadhouse, whatever, comes up and they go, happy birthday, just for meeting you. Happy birthday. I hope that we fuck you. Hey! And the guy's just like so embarrassed, red, and his date, whoever that is just like jaw on the table, like just shocked this is happening.
And then they get home, like they're in the car, and they're just like, what, we're gonna fucking live stream it now? We're gonna fucking live stream it? We're gonna tell everybody?
We're gonna tell everybody that we're fucking?
And he's just like, I did think about it, but since you want to kink shame me in our private life, and she's like, you just told everybody we were gonna fuck in Texas Roadhouse.
No, I didn't. I just had a box of condoms, and that was the waitress did that. Why do you have a whole box of condoms in your wallet? You never know. You pull out like 2 or 3, put them in your wallet. What the hell, Grant? No. What the hell, Tyler?
What the hell, Tyler? And then he's like, come on! Will this make you feel better? Puts on CBAT.